हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल डी लाइफ। तो हमने कल देखा दैट एवरीवेयर वी गेट दिस प्रॉब्लम अपर लिमिट एंड ड्यू टू दैट वी आर नॉट एबल टू गेट सक्सीड इन आवर लाइफ। तो चलो आगे का पढ़ते हैं। यू आर अबाउट टू मेक अ डिस्कवरी दैट विल रिमूव द बैरियर बिटवीन यू and your ultimate success. I can make that promise to you because long before I helped other people enhance their own abundance, love, and creativity, I was my own best customer. From the moment of discovery until now, I have used the method I describe in this book to make all my own wishes and dreams come true. The moment of discovery, my original discovery happened early in my career when I was working as a research psychologist at Stanford University. It was the moment I caught the first glimmer of the realization that would change my life so profoundly. Here is what happened. I had just returned to my office from lunch with a friend, and we would spend a congenial hour talking about the projects we were working on. My work was going well and I was happy in my relationships. I leaned back in my I leaned back in my chair and gave myself a good stretch, letting out a sigh of relaxed satisfaction. I felt great. A few seconds later, though I found myself worrying about my daughter, Amanda, who was away from home on a summer program she had very much wanted to attend. A slideshow of painful images flickered through my mind. Amanda sitting alone in a dorm room. Amanda feeling lonely and miserable away from home. Amanda being taunted by other kids. The inner joy disappeared from my body as my mind continued to produce this stream of images. Thinking something might be wrong, I grabbed the phone and called Rom, where she was staying. Her dorm supervisor told me Amanda was fine. In fact, she could see out the window to where Amanda was playing saucer with some other girls. The kindly supervisor told me it was normal for parents to worry about their kids away from home. Indeed, she said I was the third parent to call that day with similar concern. Really? I said, surprised. Why do you think that is? She gave a wise chuckle. You don't realize how much you miss her, so you think she must be hurting somehow. Plus, you probably had experiences yourself of being lonely away from home. So you think she must be having the same experience. I thanked her and hung up. I felt a bit foolish, but I also knew that something important had just happened. I sat there wondering, how did I go from feeling good in one moment to manufacturing a stream of painful images in the next? Suddenly, the light of awareness dawned on me. I manufactured the stream of painful images because I was feeling good. Some part of me was afraid of enjoying positive energy for any extended period of time. When I reached my upper limit of how much positive feeling I could handle, I created a series of unpleasant thoughts to deflate me. The thoughts I manufactured were guaranteed to make me return to a state I was more familiar with, not feeling so good. Worrying about children away from home is always a handy way to feel bad, but I knew that if I hadn't pulled up those particular worry thoughts, I would have used some other train of thought to dampen my mood. I remember almost dancing with excitement as I applied this insight to different parts of my life, such as relationships and health. Once I saw the pattern, it became obvious how it worked. I would enjoy a period of relationship harmony, then stop the flow of connection by criticizing or starting an argument. The upper limit problem showed up even in my eating habits. I would eat healthy food and get plenty of exercise, feeling great for several days in a row. Then I would go on a weekend binge of restaurant food, wine, and late nights that would leave me feeling dull and bloated. The pattern was simple: enjoy a period of feeling really good, then do something to mess it up. I also realized that the same pattern had a grip on the world at large. As humans, we would enjoy a period of peace, then plunge into a war. We would create a time of economic expansion, then go into recession or depression. Everywhere I could, I saw evidence of the pattern. Eventually, I ran in the wild horses of my imagination and focused on the key step every researcher begins with: stating the problem to be solved and the question to be answered. The problem: I have a limited tolerance for feeling good. When I hit my upper limit, I manufacture thoughts that makes me feel bad. The problem is bigger than just my internal feelings, though I seem to have a limited tolerance for my life going well in general. When I hit my upper limit, I do something that stops my positive forward trajectory. I get into a conflict with my ex-wife, get into a money bind, or do something else that brings me back down within the bounds of my limited tolerance. Thank you guys for today. We will meet again. Please stay connected. Very important topic and a lengthy video. Thank you. See you tomorrow.